And if you think that's a lot, it's not. Just wait for the day where I'm taking you to my dad's studio. It's just insane. Hey guys, today I'm in trouble kind of. I neglected for the past couple of days, I think since Friday almost, doing any of my business stuff, answering any of the emails except for the really important ones. So today probably not making any music at all. The email problem is really extremely massive. I mean, just look at that. That's what's happening when you don't answer your mails. I got just almost 100 that have to do with my music, 136 new track submits. That's really a lot, so I will do a track submit edition really soon. Today it's time for another Q&A. I also didn't really answer any comments on YouTube, so I will go through all of them, answer them, and pick the best ones for this edition of Q&A. The first question is about the video that I made where I was talking about becoming a DJ and producer and if you should quit your job or your school. You say it's impossible to do both music and a normal job on any serious kind of level, but doesn't that mean that anyone that stays in school or keeps their normal job like you advised everyone to is doomed to fail and never get anywhere with their music because of this? What I wanted to say is that you just can't stop right now with what you're doing. You kind of have to have an income and slowly switch to becoming a music producer or DJ. If you stop immediately and try to focus on it, you will probably fail, because after 2 or 3 months you will run out of money and will have to go back to your job. I was lucky that I started early on learning to produce, so by the time I was actually finished with the college, or should have been finished, I was already able to make money with my productions. The next question is about my acoustic panels. Someone is asking where to get them. I made them myself with IKEA bookshelves. I filled them with absorbing material, covered them with fabric, and that's basically it. I think I showed them to you in another video where I had some pictures from the time where I constructed the studio. Next question is about how I got into contact with labels. That's super easy actually. There are 2 ways. You send them your demos, or you just try to get in contact with somebody that knows somebody that is working at a label. These are probably the only 2 ways. You could also try to do it the hard way and just release the music yourself, either on your own label or on SoundCloud, promote it as good as possible, and then the labels will contact you, but that's really the hardest way. Next one is actually funny. You keep eating shit, then don't complain about feeling bad. I know that some of you might have the impression that every time I eat something I show it in the vlog, but there are a lot of times I just don't show you what I'm eating, and usually when I eat something healthy, it's just boring, so I don't even film it. You just see around about 10 minutes of my day, and everything else is kind of left out. Chris is asking if I'm Indian. I don't really know. It might be that I have maybe 1 or 2% Indian in me, but my mom is actually from Israel, her mom from Persia, my grandfather from Baku. On my father's side, it's mostly East Germany, Poland, Russia, this kind of direction. But it might be that one of my ancestors is maybe from Pakistan or India. I really don't know. I'm kind of just a combination of everything, but who cares? We're all really living on the same planet. And I'm really happy about the internet kind of connecting everybody. And I also really love that this channel is just so international. The next one is if I will feature some of the Dawning remixes in one of the future episodes. Yes, definitely. I'm not sure when I will do it, but soon. Stacey is asking me if I read his email. I have to say I can't read all of your emails. It's just impossible for me. My email account is just for business matters, so if you're sending me something else, I will probably not read it. If you want to get in contact with me, just leave a comment on YouTube. That's your best chance. You can also try and contact me on Snapchat or Instagram, and that's basically it. I kind of have to separate the emails and the comments and questions for the vlog, because yeah, then I just end up with days like this where I have hundreds of emails to go through. The next question is if I could share how I make my pizza dough. Very simple. It's just flour. It's called flour in English, I think. Yeast, water, olive oil, salt, and that's it. I think my trick is that I'm putting the dough into the oven at just 30 degrees so that it... The next question is about my studio. John, you never mentioned that your studio is not on the ground floor. Actually, there are a lot of things that I haven't mentioned about my studio and where it's located. For obvious reasons, of course. I don't want anybody to come here and take my stuff. It's all not insured. The second I get insurance, I can tell you where it's located. And I also never showed you what's actually behind the door, but today you will get a small sneak peek. So behind this door is actually a room that is my dad's. He is having all of his pictures here. It's like a storage room. There are a lot of these pictures and all kinds of works of him. And this is then the entrance to my studio, and this is the place where I'm hiding all of the refundable bottles. So yes, that's kind of the secret room that is in front of my studio. There are actually a lot more rooms here connected to the studio, but can't show them you at the moment. Maybe in the future, step by step. The next one is by Chris. Are these songs you play in the video yours? Yes, actually all of the tracks you hear in my videos are always mine. They're either old productions I never finished, or the released tracks, or new tracks that I'm working on, and I'm just using them for the videos. This way I don't have any problems with copyright issues. This way the tracks at least get somehow released and played publicly. Otherwise they're just sitting on my hard drive and doing nothing. Here are at least 20 comments about the mics that I tested, the Rode VideoMic Pro and the Aston mic, and half of you are saying the Aston is better, the other half says the VideoMic Pro is better. And this is just a really good example how subjective sound can be. It also depends where you're listening to the mics. If you just listen on your phone to it or on your laptop, you will probably not hear any difference. I tested it here in the studio. The Rode one has a lower noise floor but sounds a bit more directional and boxy and has less high end. The Aston sounds a bit more natural, has a little bit higher noise floor, so still not really sure which one to pick. They are so close. I might probably just go for the one that is cheaper. Hello bro, do you give classes on mixing and mastering? Actually no, I don't. I haven't even thought about it. But I'm doing this project just to make my own music and kind of fulfill my dream and work on things that I like. So giving classes, no, I also don't have the time to. And then there are a ton of comments saying that they can't get the remix stems for the Dawning remix. You still can just write me a message on Facebook and get an auto-responding message with the direct download link, and then you can just work on it. So I think that's basically already it with the comments and questions. I will now continue answering all of the emails and doing 2 or 3 phone calls and these kind of things. It's really annoying. I wish I could just make music for the entire day and nothing else. But the business side of things is also part of being a music producer and DJ. I'm so happy I'm all done with the emails. I got another comment under the video from yesterday from Lynn, and I got the suggestion to try out and solving my copy moving kind of issue bug in Logic by changing the settings. So let's see if it helps. I had yesterday the problem every time I'm copying a clip, it just jumps back for absolutely no reason. So let's see if changing the settings here for the snap will help. I always have it set to intelligent. Let's just change it maybe to beat. No, it's still jumping. Maybe just turning it off entirely. Still jumping. This unfortunately didn't help. I'm just assuming it's a bug in Logic. I hope they will fix it soon. This is so extremely annoying. It also messes up your automation. Whenever you copy the automation with the clip and it jumps back, then you have to move it. Then the automation doesn't get adjusted again, so just really annoying. It's almost as annoying as spending the entire day here in the studio and just taking care of emails. It's already past 7. So just to cheer me a bit up, let's check some of your Snapchats. They're usually a lot of fun. The Dawning remix? Maybe. Snapchat is just fun. Dawning. Ooh, EDM Dawn. That's cool. Okay, that's it for today. It's really time to just time to head back home and enjoy the rest of the evening. The next one is funny. You really seem to have a lot of technical knowledge, but the problem is that your music is just boring as fuck.